Welcome back to Financial Wellness University. I am Joe Brown, your teacher and coach. Today we're going to look around the phase of the financial wellness called spend. Spend money. That's a lot of people's favorite topic when it comes to money. We're going to talk about how to do it in a way that brings wellness to you. Stay with me. Welcome again to Financial Wellness University. My name is Joe Brown. I am your teacher and coach, Financial Wellness University, where we teach around the principles and practices of a system I developed over a 30-year period called the 7 phases of financial wellness. Today, we're going to look at the phase number 6. It's called spend. And just look at a few principles, a few practices that center around spending. So often spending is something we do first, but actually spending should be the last thing we do with money that we earn, because spending will totally use up every single cent that we have if we don't exercise discipline in our spending. And the two most favorite words, or the two most favorite letters that we ought to get accustomed to, are N and O. No. We should be accustomed to saying no to anything that contradicts our budget, contradicts our principle, contradicts our goals for having financial wellness. And you might think someone who could potentially sell you something is telling you to say no. But that's part of the issue in saying no to spending. A lot of times we say yes to the things that have no value and say no to the things that have the most value. But the point is, I'm trying to make is that if we value something well enough, it will become a priority, and the cost will be nominal because it's going to bring us closer to our goals. If I wanted to be debt free, going into debt and buying something, spending my money on a new vehicle isn't the best way of becoming debt free. If I want to continue to acquire debt, then spending money on a new car is right in line with what I want to do. But going into debt will never result in us being debt free or experiencing real financial wellness, because most debt that we incur is for items that depreciate. Whereas if we incur debt for a house or something of value, then there's an argument for what some people call good debt. But the fallacy, that's really a fallacy, because any debt is bad debt, is just bad debt and worse debt, really. And I'll talk to you more about that. But the ideal that I want to bring forward is just saying no to purchases, because there's a reason why advertisers pay millions to have their product advertised on, say, the Super Bowl. It's not because they like spending money. It's because they know that from research and from history that their investment will be made up and then some, because people will encourage to buy their product, buy that soda, buy that car, buy that food, buy that clothing. So if we learn to say no, I'm not buying that. Now, if I could sell you something that would improve your life, then that's something worth consider buying. But if I sell you something that is only going to put you in more dire straits, it might make you smile for a few minutes, might make you smile for a few hours, but in the long run, it won't benefit your life. So, so when it comes to purchases, we have to begin to ask ourselves several questions. Is it a need? Is it a want? Or is it a desire? If it's a need, like food, we need food. We might want that food to be a steak. We might desire it to be filet mignon. So you see, you can confuse a desire with a want. I need filet mignon, which is not true. We need food, but food could be a burger. Food could be beans and rice. So there's always a way to look at what we really need and say, am I buying what I need? Or am I buying what I want? Or am I buying what I really desire? Meaning this is something I don't really need. And before I saw this commercial, I didn't even want it. So it's really on a desire. This is something that is triggered. This commercial has triggered something in me, like diamonds, for instance. There's no rule that says you must buy a diamond for someone's engagement, for a woman's engagement ring. But you try not giving a woman an engagement ring, and you might as well call off the wedding, because it's just so ingrained in so many minds of people. And how did that happen? Well, the diamond industry was very successful in associating a diamond with an engagement, a diamond with a wedding. So much so that now we can't separate weddings from diamonds, or engagement rings from diamonds. Now, there are some people who are beyond the superficial, beyond the materialistic, and realize. For instance, I know my wife agreed on a less expensive ring, and then later on, as we were able to acquire a little bit more money, then we upgraded it. I mean, that's an option. But to spend $10,000 on a ring when you only make $30,000-$40,000 a year is absurd. And especially if you don't have a lot of money to start your new life, it's just something that it's difficult for a lot of people to grasp, but it really makes sense when you think about it. And they just have to say no to this high price ring. I'm gonna buy something that I can afford, something that's within my budget, which goes right back to phase number 3, which is track. If we have a budget that tracks our spending, we can allocate a portion so that our spending will be in step with our budget. If we buy food, we won't spend more of our money on food than we've allocated in our budget. If we want clothes, we won't spend more than we've allocated in our budget. So that's how a budget keeps us on track and helps us to reach wealth that we couldn't reach without it. So this is just the first of many lessons talking about spending. Spend less, save more. If you don't learn anything from this video, spend less, save more, and you'll be better off in the long run. And also, when you spend, as I said before, ask yourself several questions. Do I need this? Do I want this? Do I desire this? And then another follow-up question is this what I'm acquiring something that is going to just give me temporary benefit, or is this going to give me long-term benefit? Ask yourself those questions. If I offer you something that could benefit your life, principles and practices make your life better in the long run, and the cost that you made for acquiring that seminar, that coaching session, is very nominal. In fact, you will make the money back by applying what you learned in that seminar, in that coaching session, then it's worth it. But even that, go to your budget. You should have a miscellaneous item in your budget, say if $100. But if the seminar costs $10,000, then don't go flat broke going to a seminar with the hopes that this seminar is going to change your life. That the fact most people, 99 out of 100, just go and lose their money rather than change their life. So don't abandon all the other principles that we're supposed to adhere to in financial wellness to chase a dream. And we should always be striving to do better and to be better. But we follow the principles and to stick to them, we'll do it in a more systematic and disciplined way, and it'll result in true financial wellness. So I ask you, if you haven't already, to hit that like button, and if you haven't also already subscribed, I ask that you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so that you will notified when new videos come available. Thanks, and God bless.